I think the Canadian military, and I'm somewhat biased having served in it for just under 40 years, both as a soldier, private soldier, corporal, twice, a sergeant, a warrant officer, and as an officer, is a tremendous vocation. It has become more popular, and that's a terrible way to put it, as a result of the Afghanistan war. But that's a direct result of the current government who has devoted the resources, the political will, and the public in supporting the military in their endeavors. Okay, for a number of years, we didn't have that, particularly at the end of the Cold War, where peace was going to break out throughout the world. So if we're going to have peace throughout the world, what do we need soldiers for? And it was a bitter lesson because there was tremendous cuts to the military, Army, Navy, and Air Force, in personnel and equipment, and no really downstream thought of replacing equipment. Well, the military has played catch-up in the last 5, if not 10 years. And it's viewed as a very honorable profession, and rightfully so, because we have lost 142 of our youth, men and women, in Afghanistan. We have lost Canadians in the Sinai. We've lost them in Bosnia. We've lost them in Cyprus. We've lost them in the Middle East. They've been killed for one reason or another. And that is a tremendous legacy for those who are continuing to serve and for the public who are conscious of this. You look at this gallery here where all of those names from the PPCLI are listed. You look at the Wall of Honor in Garrison Green, Calgary, you will see all of the names, 246, who have been killed on duty since the Second World War, excluding Korea. Korea has a special wall of its own in Bracebridge and one here in Calgary for those that were killed after the ceasefire in July of 1953. So I'm not saying join the military because you may get killed. Far from it. You're going to join the military, you're going to be very well trained, and there's going to be a lot of people with stripes and stars on their shoulder trying to prevent you from being killed. But if you, in the case of the military, remember what the military is for. The military is to defend this country. And I take it a step further, and the role of the infantry, a lot of people don't like it when I say it, is to close with and kill the enemy. And that's part and parcel of the defense of Canada, to wit, some of the activities in Afghanistan, to wit, the Korean War, Second World War, World War I. Because when push comes to shove, you've got to be prepared. And that was the downside of the post-Cold War era, where a lot of things were not being addressed properly. Now they are. The military is such. They may be withdrawing from Afghanistan, but there will be other missions coming up. And I know that the Canadians, and I don't speak for the government, but I would think that Africa, as I've indicated earlier, is a big ulcer. There's people dying by the tens of thousands there, and they need professionals like the Canadian military.